CTV News with Colin DeMello and Pauline Chan.
CTV's Natalie Johnson is next. Natalie's at the Sheraton Hotel, where the latest chapter in the ongoing battle between the TTC union is playing out. Both sides are there today. Natalie, any fireworks?
Lots of fireworks, Colin. The American Parent Union that removed Bob Kinnear as president of the local is alleging that they have found email evidence suggesting that Bob Kinnear worked with another union, Unifor, in order to coordinate a takeover and move all of his members over to that union. They say they found this email in the personal account of Kinnear's assistants that included a notice of motion. Here's more from them this morning.
This damning evidence clearly demonstrates that Mr. Kinnear, coordinated with Unifor, has orchestrated the events of the past weeks and months to create an opportunity for Unifor to raid Local 113. Mr. Kinnear knew full well that his actions would be a violation of his own bylaws and would lead to a trusteeship under the provisions of the ATU Constitution.
Now, both Bob Kinnear and the head of Unifor are firing back at these allegations. We'll bring you more from them later in the show. Reporting live, I'm Natalie Johnson. Back to you.
We're going to head back now to CTV's Natalie Johnson at the Sheraton Hotel with the latest on today's clash between unions. Natalie, have they found any common ground there?
No, not yet, Colin. They are disagreeing over the legality of Bob Kinnear's actions as far as discussions he had with other unions, specifically the Canadian union Unifor. They're alleging that Bob Kinnear had been working behind the scenes against the parent union, ATU, to coordinate a takeover deal. But Bob Kinnear and the head of Unifor say there was no backroom discussion. Everything they did was just fine. Here's more from them this morning.
Question specifically, I have had communications with many organizations. I have investigated this process as I'm responsible to do for my 11,000 members. So in those conversations, it was communicated to me by other Canadian unions, not just Unifor and other Canadian unions that said, you've got to be careful, you've got to be cautious. The heavy-handed American unions could potentially trustee you. I have had conversations with Canadian unions and the Canadian labor movement to ensure that we would have support if, in fact, the ATU came down with the heavy hand that they did.
Not only did they show the middle finger to our members of Local 113, they showed the middle finger to the entire Canadian labor movement. I'm not putting up with it. Because if
And the head of Unifor says that Bob Kinnear only followed the democratic process that all unions have agreed to in Canada. Reporting live, I'm Natalie Johnson. Colin.